Hi kids, guess what today is? And guess who this is? Does anybody know who this is? This is SkippyJon Jones. Can you guess what book we're going to be reading today? SkippyJon Jones. I thought this would be a fun one. Every morning, SkippyJon Jones woke up with the birds. And this did not please his mother at all. "Get yourself down here right now, Mr. Kitten Britches," ordered Mama Junebug Jones. "No self-respecting cat ever slept with a flock of birds," she scolded, "or ate worms, or flew, or did his laundry in Mrs. Doohiggy's bird bath." The lecture went on and on as usual. "You've got to do some serious thinking before you leave this room, Mr. Fuzzy Pants," said his mother, "about just what it means to be a cat. Not a bird, not a mouse, or a grouse, not a moose, or a goose, not a rat, or a bat. You need to think about just what it means to be a Siamese cat. And stay out of your closet," she added, closing the bedroom door. But once he was alone, SkippyJon Jones began to bounce and bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. "Oh, I'm SkippyJon Jones, and I bounce on my bed. And 1 through 6 times, I land on my head." On his way down to earth from a gigantic big bounce, SkippyJon Jones shot past his bedroom mirror. "Holy guacamole!" exclaimed SkippyJon Jones. "What was that?" So up he went again, and again it appeared. Then, using his very best Spanish accent, he said, "My ears are too big for my head, and my head is too big for my body. I am not a Siamese cat. I am a Chihuahua." Back on land, SkippyJon Jones climbed into his toy box and rifled through some of his old junk. After he put on his mask and sword and climbed onto his mouse, SkippyJon Jones began to sing in a muy, muy soft voice. "My name is Skippito Fresquito. I fear not a single bambito. My manners are mellow. I'm sweet like the jello. I get the job done, yes indeed-o." And look, our SkippyJon Jones has his mask on too. Back in the kitchen, Jujubee, Jezebel, and Jillyboo Jones were helping Mama Junebug Jones make lunch. "Can SkippyJon come out of his room now?" asked Jujubee. "No," answered Junebug Jones. "Mr. Flutternutter is still thinking." In fact, SkippyJon wasn't thinking about being a Siamese cat at all. With a walk into his closet, his thoughts took him down a lonesome desert road far, far away in old Mexico. Not long into his journey, a mysterious band of Chihuahuas appeared out of the dust. "Ay, caramba, who goes there?" asked SkippyJon Jones. "We go by the name of Los Chimichangos," growled Don Diego, the biggest of the small ones. "Who are you?" I am El Skipito, the great sword fighter, said SkippyJon Jones. When the smallest of the small ones spoke up, Why the mosquito, dude? Asked Poquito Tito. I go incognito, said Skipito. Do you like rice and beans? Asked Pintolito. Si, I love mice and beans, said Skipito. He might be the dog of our dreams, whispered Rosalita. Perhaps, said Tia Maria, if he knows the secret password. Leaning toward Don Diego, El Skipito half sneezed, half spoke the secret password into the Chihuahua's very large ear. Chupichu! Bless you, said Don Diego. Gracias, said Skipito. Then it is true, decreed Don Diego. Yippee, yippee, yippito! It's the end of Alfredo Bazito. Skipito is here. We have nothing to fear. Adios to the bad Bumblebito. And then all the chimichangas went crazy loco. First, they had a fiesta. And then they took a siesta. But after waking up, the chimichangos got down to serious business. Using his paw, Don Diego drew a picture in the sand of the great Bombito for Skipito to see. A hush grew over the chimichangos, so great that one could hear a whisker drop. Alfredo Bazito, whispered the crowd. El blimpo bombito bandito. Si, said Poquito Tito. The bandito steals our frijoles. Not your beans, cried Skipito, outraged. Si, Poquito continued. Red beans, black beans, Boston baked and blue, cocoa, coffee, kidney beans, pinto, and jelly too. And now he comes for us, Poquito added. ¿Por qué? asked Skipito. Because we are full of beans too? Then Don Diego stood tall and his most somber voice declared, Yo quiero frijoles. Huh? asked Skipito. The dude just wants his beans back, said Poquito Tito. And you are the dog for the job. Me? asked Skipito. Then all of the chimichangos turned towards Skipito, the great sword fighter. But poor Skipito had no time for a plan because in the blink of an eye, a gigantic shadow darkened the landscape. The chimichangos scattered in all directions. Vamos, Skipito, or it is you the bandito will eat-o, they cried. Skipito stood his ground, but his legs shimmied and shook like the jello, and his teeth chattered like castanets. Then in a muy soft voice he said, My name is Skipito, Frisquito. I fear not a single bandito. But Alfredo Bazito flew straight for Skipito until the bean-eating bandito hovered only inches away from the great sword fighter's face. Holy frijoles, cried Skipito as he thrust his sword in the air. Suddenly, pop! Went the bandito, landing on Skipito's sword, and quicker than one could say Chihuahua's cheese and crackers, Every kind of bean came spilling out of Alfredo Buzito, the Bumblebito Bandito. Then all the doggies burst into song. Yip, yippee, yippito! Our hero is El Skipito. He's the dog of our dreams who delivered the beans, and now we can make our burritos. But back at home, there was such a ruckus coming from SkippyJon's room that Mama Junebug Jones and the girls just had to find out what was going on. They raced down the hall to the kitty boy's room. Benguito, crashito, papito, Skippito. Just in time to see SkippyJon Jones' closet exploding. Then out flew Candy, beanbag doggies, and the kitty boy with his birthday piñata on his head. SkippyJon Jones, everyone cried. Hola, muchachitos, he said in a muy soft voice. Mama Junebug Jones lifted up SkippyJon and covered his head with furry, purry kisses. What am I going to do with you, Mr. Cocoa Pugs? She scolded. That night, when he was supposed to be going to sleep, SkippyJon began to bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. Oh, I'm SkippyJon Jones with a mind of my own, and I'll bounce on my bed for hours. I know I'm a cat, but forget about that. Say goodnight, SkippyJon Jones called his mama. Buenas noches, mis amigos, said SkippyJon Jones. And he started to close his eyes. I hope you enjoyed that one. It was kind of fun with our own actual SkippyJon Jones. I hope you guys have a good week. Miss you, love you. See you in a week. Miss Jen loves ya.